And now, Splunk's Cybersecurity 60-second charity challenge. Remember the rules. You've got to get through an entire subject in 60 seconds, or you donate to today's charity of choice. Good luck!
All right, so this is a story from The Record, which is about the Red Cross. And so they have proposed creating a digital emblem representing the Red Cross that they could apply to hospital websites, other humanitarian websites, in order to try to protect them from cyber attacks in the event that there's some sort of cyber warfare. So this is obviously a hypothetical that they're preparing for in the future, ways to kind of identify, like in a physical conflict, you would have Red Cross workers with the cross on them to identify that they're not soldiers, they're there for humanitarian purposes. And so that is what the challenge is today, is to kind of give our thoughts on this. And of course, Lucky, our producer, will be judging, but of course, we want to hear from everyone watching. So if you have an opinion on who has the better take on this, whether it's me or Mick, which will be interesting to see, because I have not spent much time knowing what I'm going to say. So we'll find out.
I have spent my entire life not knowing what I'm going to say. So you get used to it after a while. You just wing it.
You just wing it. Yeah, you're good at winging it. So do you want to go first, since you're so good?
No, not at all. I'm not at all. I think, in the spirit of not wanting to go first, I think you should.
Okay, well, I can go first, but just a little bit more background before I dive into this. This would be, they're looking at different ways, because this is what I think is the most interesting part, is the ways that
that's a whole lot of filler. All right.
Okay, fine. I will go, Lucky, if you want to roll the timer. Okay. So first of all, I want to applaud the Red Cross for thinking ahead, obviously taking proactive steps to try to protect hospitals in the event that a conflict spreads into the cyber domain. But I'm not convinced really that a digital emblem would be any form of actual deterrence. Because even in physical conflict, the first thing that comes to my mind is the war in Ukraine. And even with, a detailed GPS system and maps in order to help target or eliminate targets, that did not stop Russia from bombing a maternity hospital in Mariupol back in March. So, hospitals are not off limits, apparently, in physical conflict. So in terms of cyber, that could be the same case. But I do think identifying hospital networks could be beneficial. But the real issue facing hospitals is ransomware and cybercrime. And I do think that these groups are not deterred by morals or any sort of concern for victims. That's it.
She was staring at the timer.
Go ahead, Mick. What do you have?
Okay, ready? All right. So the idea here is that when you see medics in a combat zone or something like that, they wear a big vest, have a cross, they still have on a bulletproof vest, right? The ICRC has already noted that this is no substitute for actual cyber defenses, cyber deterrent tools, and anything like that. Now, my background in healthcare, my background in cyber, the intersection of those, I've seen just through no fault of the hospital or the medical staff themselves, it's just poor security. It's just lack security. It's not prioritized because, to be honest, it's not a priority. If you are in a conflict zone providing healthcare to people, making sure something's patched isn't, the top of your mind. So having a big red flag on it would really draw more attention to it. I think the answer really is a robust hygiene program. It has to be prioritized, or devices have to be built with security built in from the start, and that's how you keep security at the forefront instead of a Red Cross emblem.
Nice. Well, what do people watching think? Does anyone have an opinion on who won? You won't hurt our feelings, except Mick. That might hurt his feelings if you vote for.
No, we already decided. Who won? Who's our big winner today? Aside from democracy is our big winner today. I was kidding earlier. I voted today, and I did see democracy on the ballot. So there you go. Good. It was there.
Good.
I don't think David gets to vote. David always votes for you, Audra. So I'm not sure. Ooh, Lucky, who won?
David? Is David voting, or?
I was going to say Mick. So it seems
Lucky, you were the ultimate judge. So I will.
Thank you.
I will go ahead
Thank you.
and pay up to the charity, which I will gladly pay to this week.
Actually, I thought we decided that Ryan is going to pay to the charity
Oh,
just for
well, we'll loop Ryan in because just to make sure he's a part of today's episode. We'll make sure he makes a donation. But the charity that we decided to choose this week is the League of Women Voters, which is a nonprofit or a nonpartisan, rather, grassroots organization. They're dedicated to making sure people participate in our democracy and elections, and they're active all over the United States. So that is our charity today.